We place a great deal of emphasis on giving our clients a comfort level that assures them that their building maintenance requirements will be adequately addressed. Well, you should have vacuums, buffers, scrubbing, and shampooing machines. No equipment is needed until some work has been secured. No lead time is needed unless the job requires specialized equipment, so purchase only the equipment needed for each job as they roll in. I would say that the industry knowledge as well as business acumen is a great asset. Too many people have the mistaken impression that this industry is a mop-it-bucket business. Far from true. It requires knowledge of chemical and equipment usage, time management, human relations, and a number of other skills. For anyone going into this business, I advise them to work in the industry and preferably in this field for a minimum of 6 months. I would spend more time working in the field to learn more about on-site operations. I made some mistakes early on because I was not as knowledgeable as I should have been about the basics of the business.
The customer is the boss. You must make him feel welcome, pampered, and appreciated. Give your customer what he wants in a surrounding that is clean, attractive, and welcoming. I couldn't do it without 18-year-olds with strong backs to carry the canoes, a telephone, and most important, favorable weather. Nothing beats good word of mouth. But we also do direct mail pieces and advertising co-ops through tourist associations. It helps to have access to low-cost advertising through great deals. I would issue a strong warning about doing it on your own. Stay away from partners. One boss is enough. Please do thorough research before starting out.
There are a lot of good agencies, and we all basically do the same things. I cater to the needs of my clients and go out of my way to help them. I try to be fair to both the creditors and the debtors. I couldn't do without a well-trained staff, speed dialers, computers, integrated skip tracing and bookkeeping software, a phone system, and mailing equipment. Go after the large dollar, small account commercial business that's out there. Stay away from healthcare. If you're new, it will be too demanding and intense for you. Use networking and advertising to bring in new business, but depend heavily on referrals. I'd have started with more capital. That means developing a sound business plan, which I didn't do in the beginning and which has held me back. I winged it, and now I'd be more organized so that I could get better funding.
We offer customized service delivered at a great value for our customers. With many clients, we'll offer a money-back guarantee. You'll need a powerful computer system with a good multimedia setup for on-site productions and near-published quality training materials. Also, you'll need audio-visual equipment. Work on your teaching skills, delivery, and training ability. You'll need to have the ability to read a crowd and fantastic communication skills to get the kind of word of mouth necessary to build business. I didn't have enough clients lined up before I left my previous company. Also, if you're not good in certain areas of business, surround yourself with the people who are. Finally, remember that the first few years are going to be difficult. But if you're persistent, it could snowball soon thereafter.
We produce healthy recipes and a common-sense approach to healthy living. We appeal to the average person and offer quick, healthy recipes that taste good using easy-to-find ingredients. A computer, a laser printer, plus a fax machine. It's challenging to stay on top of changes in your field, but it can pay you well to do so. Make sure you're an expert on that which you are reporting about. Nothing. I'm quite happy where I am. We stand out because there are not a lot of people doing marine-related work. Our clients are typically government agencies and nonprofits. I absolutely could not do without a computer, a modem, and access to a well-stocked library for research purposes. I try to promote myself as an objective expert in my field. Many of the issues I'm dealing with are controversial. Also, I offer my first hour pro bono to tell what I know about a particular environmental issue. It's been an effective marketing tool. I would buy time management software. Ideally, it would track time for planning purposes to give a more accurate estimate of my time spent on any particular subject.
We are an authorized fan club management company, and I have a highly specialized background in radio. I put myself in the fans' shoes and give every fan the personal touch. We produce newsletters, answer fan mail, sell authorized merchandise, and even have a 900 number service for fans to get concert updates and messages from their favorite superstars. I need a computer with a good database management program, printer and labeling program, fax and modem. Start with just one celebrity and know that you can't just run a fan club for a little while. This is a serious commitment to the celebrity and the fans. You are dealing with people's emotional links to their favorite celebrity. You are a merchant of emotions. I would have made contracts with the artists a little bit differently so that they would assume all the costs of printing and mailing. We are a public relations firm just like any other, and we need to be recognized as such to stay profitable.
Personalized service, high quality, and reasonable prices. We also have a pleasant atmosphere that's homey and inviting. We go one step further than any of our competitors by producing the most creative arrangements we can muster. Employees, of course. But we also couldn't do without our coolers, decorative materials, fresh and silk inventory, knives, and cutters. Be in an area where you already know a lot of people, first of all. Then realize that whatever you send out is ultimately going to be your best advertising. So send out your best work. I participate in welcome wagon type giveaways to get people into the store. Once they've been inside, they almost always come back, so the free flowers are worth it. I might have gotten more schooling before launching my own business. As it was, I had to learn everything on the job. Still, I think I handled my company's growth in the right way, growing in 5 to 7 year increments rather than all at once. I listen well and help my clients clarify their ideas and plans. I specialize in technical marketing communications, so I usually get my best results by writing to appeal to the client's intended audience and not just to the client. The fax is essential. Clients want instant communication. A computer and a laser printer would also be necessities. I market by networking. I just ask clients about their business and listen. That's all it takes. It's important to have writing samples available in simple packages so that clients who are not accustomed to working with writers can figure out how to hire you. I wouldn't have waited so long to go out on my own.
On the positive side, I'm a young company and can work without limitation or restriction. I can go against the norm. I need a computer, a laser printer with at least 600 DPI, and of course, clients. The most important thing is to build really good relationships with your clients. If they're comfortable with you as a person, they'll come back to you. I wouldn't change anything. I'm extremely happy doing what I'm doing.
I seem to be the remedy person. People usually come to me after they have experienced a problem elsewhere. I'm working on them to think of me first. I feel that we are unique because we provide expert service and assistance with complex projects. We learn a person's work style and incorporate that into whatever we do for them, whether it be redecorating a home or redesigning their office space. I must have a computer and CAD system, a fax machine, a phone, sample books and resources, tape measure, scale and business cards. Get sales training and get out there. Join networking organizations such as the Chamber of Commerce, and if there's a mentoring program available in your area, enlist in it. Offer yourself as a speaker, advertise wisely, knowing your exact market, and hire seasoned professionals to do the things you can't. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. I would have been wiser about target marketing and advertising. I should have been more careful about selecting the right niche, and also should have tried to become more comfortable earlier on about the selling aspect of my job. I'm trained as a designer, and sales and self-promotion have been a bit of a challenge for me until recently. Service is what sets my business apart. I offer the added bonus of breast pump rental services as well as one-on-one work with new moms. Also, I have an extremely high referral rate. My own business telephone line with an answering machine. Also, my own office space in my home for professionalism and confidentiality. Network with other professionals. Being in a small town, I often feel cut off. Most of my networking involves a long-distance call. Also, you need to find out what mistakes others have made and share ideas about how to promote your businesses as an industry. It would be much easier to succeed in this business if I had been a registered nurse.
I picked a niche and started servicing it with free information in the form of marketing materials such as newsletters and brochures. I market myself regularly to my clients, keeping my name in front of them via newsletters, brochures, and other direct mail pieces I produce myself. Well, I must have a computer and a laser printer, a telephone, a copier, and a fax machine. You should definitely be networking with certain industries that will bring you referral business, such as accounting, real estate, and banking. All of these professionals are in regular contact with those who need your services. I made a mistake in being in a partnership that wasn't a good partnership. It took me over 20 years to figure out that I prefer working alone.
My business assists women business owners to become clear about their goals and to achieve them in a shorter period of time, and in an easier way by providing resources and business information in a group setting. I cannot do without a business phone line, a fax, a copier, and a personal computer. Also, a meeting or conference room is useful for generating group discussion and participation. Segment your niche even more. I started spirit groups for home-based business owners at the same time, so that I could serve a broader population of women owners and generate more income potential simultaneously. I would have segmented much earlier.
There are 3 things that separate us from our competitors. First, we have a full-time commitment to mediation, and a lot of mediators don't have that. Second, we cap our fees so that our customers know there's a limit to what they'll spend with us. Finally, we have experience in our field and are aggressive in promoting mediation in general. When I'm not mediating, I'm talking about mediating somewhere. Well, I absolutely must have a computer, a phone, and, most important, training in my field. Learn mediation inside and out. That's first and foremost. The second most important thing you can do is talk mediation with just about anyone who will listen. This is primarily a word-of-mouth business. I'd spend less money up front on advertising since so much of my business comes from referrals. I'd advise others to get involved in their community and give as many speeches as you can to promote your business.
I've worked for a number of different major companies in healthcare, personal care, foods, medical devices, and household products. This broad product experience facilitates technology transfer between areas. This is not commonly available inside a particular company. A good computer and printer, modem, software, and extras is needed. You need at least one extra phone line, answering device, fax machine, and copier. Also, small measuring devices such as calipers and resource materials. Get on the internet. I have a good knowledge of computers and have been utilizing online services for a long time. Many independent consultants do not have this capability yet. I would have come up with a different name for my company. I had felt my name in the title would have some equity, as I am somewhat well known in the industry. However, the current name makes it too obvious that this is a one-person or very small company. This can be a disadvantage.
We do on-site recording and duplicating so that conference attendees can purchase tapes of seminars the day of the seminar. They can take them home and listen to them right away.
We have a real concern for the environment. We rely less on pesticides and more on structural and behavioral modification. I need to have chemicals, a flashlight, a stethoscope, BNG spray can, computer, and a phone. Get good training and state licensing first. Then use cold call surveys to ask people what kinds of trouble they're having with pests. After that, it is pretty much mail call, mail call, mail call. You would do well to pick a specialty area such as mice or an industry niche such as healthcare. I would have gotten started in this business much sooner. Also, if you've got a family-run business, you should always give your family a chance. But don't be afraid to go outside of your family network to hire additional staff if you need to.
I depend on a duplicator, tape recorders, microphones, a computer, and a printer, and a labeling program. A knowledgeable staff that asks the right questions and is able to get the job done right as a result. We have a commitment to customer service and quality. We couldn't do without our staff and up-to-date technologies such as interfaced computers with digital color output devices and laser printers. Location, location, location. You need to be in a highly traveled path. We are located in a small shopping plaza near a major thoroughfare. I'd start with more capital. Equipment costs can skyrocket in this technology-driven business. Networking has been the most effective method of marketing by far.
We're unique because of how often we are in the press. We've been on national TV regularly, and we've been written about in the Wall Street Journal. Our customers know we're in a league of our own in terms of creativity. I couldn't do without a fax machine, mailing list database, multiple phone lines, and email. Hire the right people to establish credibility. You're buying their experience and capitalizing on it. Doing that has saved me at least 10 years of pounding the pavement. Also, when you lose someone, you can turn it into an opportunity to bring in new business. One of my people moved to a company that later became a client as a result of my professionalism in the matter. I probably wouldn't do it. Starting a business is a tough road for anyone. I guess I liked it best when the company was small enough to have a lot of fun.
We do it all the same way over again. There's actually not much you can change about this type of business.
My business is unique because it breaks many of the traditional rules of resume writing. We do resumes that are not only eye-catching, but also go beyond providing a mere rundown of a client's job history. We like to add a sense of not only what a person has accomplished in their career, but also who they are and how they might fit into an organization. We have a 98% success rate in helping clients secure interviews because of that personalized approach. I couldn't do without my computer, laser printer, phone, pager, and fax. My clients want fairly quick turnaround, and these items help me to accomplish that. Also, I need to have plenty of paper catalogs on hand, as I use a ton of specialty pre-printed stationery to produce resumes on. Set yourself apart from the people who are glorified typists, and recognize that the resume industry is changing rapidly, and the resumes of the past, with cookie-cutter objectives and meaningless buzzwords, are just not getting people results anymore. After you've got your niche, network like crazy. Anywhere you go, introduce yourself. You're bound to meet someone who either needs a resume or knows someone who does. I would have started networking much sooner and would also have put together a more meaningful marketing plan. I don't think I strategized nearly enough in the beginning.
My ability to work with several different industries is vital to my success. I can work with anyone from banking to medical to manufacturing and really listen to their needs before putting together a program for them. A computer with a laser printer, a fax machine, and index cards for brainstorming sessions. Network, network, network. Ask for referrals and help others who can help you. I would have more audio-visual products. In this business, you need stuff that's current, easy to transport, and yet economical.
I'm incredibly fast, accurate, and affordable. I can offer a quicker turnaround than most of my competitors. I need a computer, an answering machine, and a 10-key adding machine to run my business effectively. You have to be persistent and market almost constantly. You must be confident and be able to sell that confidence in order to get in the door. You really need to have a special skill that sets you apart, too. I'd research my equipment purchases better. I needed to buy new equipment a year and a half into my business because I did not purchase wisely. Also, I would have started with a much bigger base of prospects. I got kind of discouraged in the beginning because I didn't have huge amounts of work.
Our business is unique because we specialize in the performing arts. Our customers get better research here because we're all experts in the entertainment industry. Believe it or not, we don't have a computer yet. Our most important pieces of equipment are the telephone, the fax, and a light box. Don't look down on what might be considered trashy. The fact is, trashy often sells best. Also, try to get as much as you can and worry about aesthetics later. I would have bought more at thrift shops and flea markets where a lot of celebrity photos are sold for next to nothing. False thrift kept me from doing that, but now I realize that even the smallest things can be surprisingly useful.
I don't just punch numbers into a computer. I delve deeper to find out more about the customer and how I could help them on a long-term basis. I absolutely could not do without a computer and a phone.
It is important to take a client's overall marketing plan into consideration when implementing a telemarketing project. I try to help clients look at the big picture, such as mailings, advertising, public relations, and trade show exhibits, so that telemarketing works to complement the entire marketing plan. Honesty and constant communication are also essential, because as an outside agency, you're working directly with your clients' customers and representing their companies over the phone. It is imperative to establish a high level of trust between you and your clients. The essentials such as telephone equipment and office furniture. It also helps to have computers in order to enter large lists, track calls, pull up records, and run reports. Computers are also used for simple design work, database management, and mail merges. The government has really started to crack down on how telemarketing services operate in an effort to eliminate unethical telemarketers. While this is a positive move, all eyes are watching new telemarketing businesses. It is important to know the laws and regulations associated with each state you are calling. Additional bond monies and insurance may also be required in the future for new telemarketing businesses. Looking back, I wish I'd had more hands-on experience in managing and motivating a staff and more working knowledge of personnel issues.
Find a good mentor in whatever area you're weak in. I was weak in sales, so I found myself a good sales mentor, and it helped immeasurably. We have a personal approach and a high level of applications to choose from. In that sense, we're a cut above the rest. My business thrives because I've got a great telephone system, a computer, and a fax machine. If our phones go down, we're dead. You need to have worked in this industry for a while before embarking on your own. It's not as easy as it looks. Also, be sure you have enough capital or you'll have cash flow problems because you're underfinanced. I would be more careful about the accountants I chose to work with. I had 2 accountants who really messed me up. Know the people you're going to go into business with well before you do it. I was starting my business based on someone else's promises, and they didn't come through. Fortunately, it worked out. I greatly enjoy demonstrating to others how to have a more balanced work and personal life. My feeling is that time management is about setting goals and the implementation of new tools which will promote achievement. I can't do without a second telephone line with answering or voicemail capability. My computer and laser printer allow me the convenience of professional correspondence. It is always more effective to market your service as a benefit customers will receive rather than focusing on various features you might offer. Much of my marketing success is based in community interaction and word-of-mouth referral. The best advice is always be a product of the service you provide. I would have spent the months preceding the opening of my business selecting centers of influence. If you are not already established in the community, it is never too early to identify and communicate with those individuals who know and trust you and clearly understand what service you provide.
I run the business, and I believe in the highest standards or equipment and service, and my customers know that about me. It really depends on the types of services you're providing. If it's just a muffler shop, you only need an air compressor, cutting torches, a MIG welder, and lifts. You'll need more equipment if you start adding brake services and other automotive repair services. I also depend heavily on multi-line phones, an answering machine, a fax, and a printer. As an independent, you'll need to do more guerrilla-type marketing, such as going after wholesale work within a trade as a subcontractor for body shops or transmission services. If you're in a franchise operation, you should be getting all the marketing and technical support they can offer. After all, that's really the only reason for buying into a franchise. I think I've done all the right things, but the climate is awfully discouraging for newcomers due to heavy environmental and government regulations. If I had to do it all over again, I'd probably think twice. We have the ability to produce very complicated, production-intensive books. My partner and I both have backgrounds in toy invention and design, and we can produce really interesting books as a result. Our staff. We couldn't do anything without them. So many good ideas come from them. From an equipment standpoint, we couldn't do without a phone, a computer, and a color printer to produce mock-ups for publishers. Bring a lot of who you are to your company. Find out what your passions are and try to put that into the things you produce. Also, don't listen to people who try to tell you there's only one way to do something. Freely break the rules and see what happens. I would have focused the business on book packaging much earlier. We tried to do both book packaging and toy invention, and that didn't work as well.